Hello and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular set of videos we're talking about the CSPA, or the Child Status Protection Act. In the immediate prior video we talked about an immediate relative child and when the age freezes. So just one thing to add to that, if the parent's a lawful permanent resident and the child, let's say, is 18 or 19, getting close to 21, if you want the age of that child to freeze under the CSPA, which of course is a good idea, the petitioner should immediately file for naturalization to become a U.S. citizen, because the date the petitioner becomes a U.S. citizen, if the child is under 21, then the age will freeze for the CSPA. And it is possible in certain cases to expedite a naturalization application to make this happen. So, let's say you're 4 months away from the child being 21 and you want to lock that age in under the CSPA. You could do an expedited naturalization in which, if granted, the moment that the child, or that you become a U.S. citizen, the age locks in for the child. So let's say, for example, that a parent who's a lawful permanent resident petitions a child who's 15 years old, and let's say they're from the Philippines or India or China, some country where it takes years and years to become current. Let's then say that that lawful permanent resident parent becomes eligible to apply for naturalization and at the time that the child is 20 years and 6 months old. Well, normally to apply for naturalization, you're looking at about a year once it's filed in which to become a U.S. citizen. So if the child is 20 years and 6 months, that child will age out at 21 years, so you have 6 more months to go. In this particular case, you can request an expedited naturalization to go forward in, let's say, 4 or 5 months, and let's say you raise your hand, become a U.S. citizen, and the child is then 20 years, 11 months, and 15 days old. Well, for CSPA purposes, that child now remains that age. That age locks in, so that, let's say, a year later you file for, the visa number becomes current and so forth. In that particular case, no matter how old that child gets, that age of the child for immigration purposes under the CSPA will be under 21. And that's what you want to do. So again, if you qualify for naturalization before the child's 21 years old, make sure you do apply for it. Okay, more in the coming video.